Look in almost any wallet on Earth right now, and you'll likely find the exact same pieces of plastic. This chart shows the scale of the credit card market: 3.3 billion Visa cards and 2 billion Mastercards. But American Express is drastically smaller, hovering around 114 million. For every one Amex card, there are 29 Visas and 17 Mastercards. And honestly, Amex asks a lot of its users. They charge high annual fees, and historically, you couldn't even use them everywhere. Merchants were heavily selective about accepting them. Despite having a fraction of the users and putting up steep barriers to entry, American Express makes more money per customer than anyone else. In fact, in many years, they generate higher total revenue than Visa and Mastercard combined. It completely defies normal business logic. A company with a much smaller user base and a product that is objectively harder to use is quietly dominating the global payment industry. To see how they pull this off, look at how normal credit card companies operate. Visa and Mastercard rely on what is called the volume model. This diagram shows how they act purely as a network. They are the financial plumbing connecting your bank to a store. They don't issue the cards themselves. They survive by taking a microscopic fraction of a penny on billions of everyday microtransactions. American Express operates entirely differently. They use a spend-centric model. They act as a closed-loop system, meaning they are both the bank issuing the credit and the network processing the payment. Because they own the whole pipeline, they charge merchants a noticeably higher swipe fee. A swipe fee is the percentage a business pays to a card company every time a customer makes a purchase. But this brings up an obvious problem. If you own a business, why would you ever willingly accept a card that eats a larger percentage of your own profit margin? The math works out in the merchant's favor because American Express cardholders spend significantly more money. If a typical Visa customer spends $100, an Amex customer might spend $150. Merchants gladly eat that higher percentage fee because it secures a much larger total profit from affluent spenders. Focusing exclusively on high-net-worth individuals is actually written into the company's original DNA from the 1850s. They started as literal express couriers. Back then, you didn't hire them to ship bulk goods. You paid them a premium to safely transport highly valuable items and physical currency. Because they built a massive reputation for moving physical wealth securely, they naturally pivoted into financial services. By the 1890s, they invented the traveler's check, giving affluent globetrotters a safe way to access their money internationally before credit cards existed. When they finally entered the credit card market in 1958 with this purple card, they didn't aim for everyday grocery shoppers. They positioned it strictly as a travel and entertainment expense card for the wealthy. Their business model has essentially stayed exactly the same. They simply evolved from moving physical gold for the rich in the 19th century to moving digital data for the rich today. American Express takes the massive revenue they generate from those higher merchant swipe fees and funnels it directly back into extreme, lifestyle-focused perks for their users. Look at the modern Platinum card. It costs $695 a year just to keep it in your wallet. That steep cost functions as the card's primary selling point. The exorbitant fee is a deliberate feature designed to signal elite status. When someone pulls it out at a dinner, it immediately communicates financial success to everyone at the table. They took this psychology to its absolute limit with the Centurion card, widely known as the Black Card. You can't even apply for it. You have to be invited, and if you are, you pay a $5,000 initiation fee. This manufactured exclusivity creates a self-sustaining marketing loop. The card becomes a cultural icon, constantly referenced in movies, rap songs, and television shows. It's a brilliant branding mechanism. American Express successfully convinced consumers to pay astronomical fees for the privilege of doing the company's marketing for them. Modern technology companies are obsessed with scaling. The goal is almost always to acquire billions of users and race to the absolute bottom on pricing. American Express operates in complete defiance of that logic. For 170 years, they have made the deliberate choice to actively restrict their own user base. Their success relies on a highly calibrated dual engine. They charge businesses a premium for access to wealthy spenders, and they charge those wealthy spenders a premium for the status of holding the card. In a global economy where every company is fighting to be the biggest, American Express proves that you don't actually need the most volume. True profitability often lies in dominating the premium exception.